Chères téléspectatrices, chers téléspectateurs, je suis très heureux de vous retrouver dans votre émission. Aujourd'hui, elle se passera en anglais et elle sera sous-titrée en arabe. Toutes les langues s'invitent dans la recherche. Nous allons prendre le chemin de la recherche qui encadre les entreprises, l'entrepreneurship. I'm very happy to welcome you on the TV program Science and Civilization, and you are Ashraf Nwaaz.
Yeah.
Welcome in Morocco and welcome also on this program. So, Mr. Nwaaz, you are a researcher and also a teacher at the University Mohammed VI Polytechnic here in Rabat, not far from the Villa des Arts, where we are here all today. And please, before getting involved in your field, which is entrepreneurship, let me just know, me and the audience, what about your motives for this kind of studies that leads you to study and then now to teach entrepreneurship? What was the first idea that struck you about this field?
First of all, thank you, Professor Ali, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to speak about my passion, which is the entrepreneurship. So, first of all, a brief summary of my what I am doing and what I have done. That currently I am now associated with Center for Excellence and Innovation and Entrepreneurship in Africa Business School at Mohammed VI Polytechnic University, which
called ABS.
ABS, yes, Africa Business School. And basically I am a teacher and a researcher in the area of entrepreneurship, and prior to that I was working as an assistant professor in the area of entrepreneurship in the leading business school based in India, as well as
you are in the state of Gujarat.
Yeah, I did my PhD from Gujarat, which is in India, and
you taught also there?
Yes, also I taught there as well. So the first thing is that I did both my master's and doctoral degree in entrepreneurship from top institutions in India, based in India, and
Ahmedabad,
in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and thereafter because as I understood that entrepreneurship is a combination of theory and practice, so I worked in both the aspects, basically in theory aspects as well as applications, the practice part. So practice part, I work as an incubator manager at IIT, Indian Institute of Technology, based in Jodhpur, Rajasthan, which is a prestigious institutions in India. And then
in what field? Agriculture? No?
Incubator manager, basically how to build an startup ecosystem in an institution. So I was there working as an incubator manager. So there, because the practice part involves a lot of out-of-box thinking and practical approach rather than purely theoretical or bookish approach. So I worked in that aspect as well, and then thereafter I worked as in academics as well as an assistant professor, where I was designed my courses in entrepreneurship.
That's very nice to have this kind of continuity between theory and practice in this field, because we have always this kind of idea that when you are in the university, where you are just apart from all what is practical, but it is not the case.
Yeah, exactly, because entrepreneurship, we need to understand, it is not purely management. It is a combination of many disciplines. It may include psychology, anthropology, sociology, legal aspects, law, management, technology. So it is a combination of many disciplines. So that's
why maybe we have so much difficulties to figure out what it is completely entrepreneurship, because of these entering across in many fields.
Exactly, the canvas are so big because as a human we need to understand the cognition part of an individual. So that's where psychology comes, and then we need to understand the sociology, where the market operates, how the people thinks, what are their preferences and what are their cultures. That's sociology. Then there are management, their marketing part, financial part, then technology part, how you use technology for enterprises. So it is a combination aspect, combination of many disciplines.
And for what aim, what is your aim when you make interact all these fields of knowledge? What's the purpose?
The purpose of this basically to see the things holistically on a 360-degree view, because when in entrepreneurship it is not only about idea, product, or create an
startups.
Yeah, it's not only about that. It is more beyond that. We need to understand. That's where most of the people fail to understand, that it is only about generating money. It's not the case. It's all more than creating wealth. It's also about your mindset, entrepreneurial mindset, be it in your professional as well as in your personal life as well.
You used to say that you are teaching how to have visions, not how to make money, but really to have a vision. What do you call having a vision when they are just young students who are not completely aware of the job they will be taking in society? What's the meaning for them to have a vision?
The very important aspects for any people, be it students or any budding entrepreneur, is that clarity in their idea, in their life, in their professional life, in their personal life, maybe in personal life as well. So the vision is very important, why they want to do something, whether it is doing entrepreneurship. So the clarity in vision means, why are they going to enter just for money? So I will recommend, don't enter then. Then don't enter just for money, because
it doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way practically. It's in a sustainable way. You know, there is a difference between business and entrepreneurship. It's entrepreneurship.
That's
when you say
this very important phrase you have, the difference between business and entrepreneurship. What makes them so different?
Yeah. So business, which basically we mean that traditional trading or something commercial activities we do, and we make some money out of some product or something at the end of our activities. But entrepreneurship is more about creating value for oneself, creating value for customers, creating value for enterprise, creating value for society as well. So it's more about creating value, and when we say value, how you give convenience to the people around you. Maybe they will be your customer, maybe the government, maybe your clients, vendors. So across all the stakeholders, how you create value for yourself as well and to the other as well.
And you are used also to speak about entrepreneurship ecosystem.
Yeah.
You say that it's a kind of ecosystem. What do you mean by this term?
As we say that ecosystem is the word derived from biology.
Yes, exactly. What do you use this metaphor?
So as I told that it's derived from biology, so it means a combination of living thing and non-living thing.
Exactly.
So living things may be animal, humans, microorganism, and non-living maybe soil, water, sun, etc.
Exactly.
So in that, if I am using that as an analogy, so it means for entrepreneurship ecosystem that as an entrepreneur is an individual, but there are some other environments where he or she is operating. The environment
socio-economic factors.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So the environment he or she may be operating could be some government aspects, some business, industrial aspects, universities. These are the stakeholders, people in general. So how they are all together union of all these stakeholders form an entrepreneurial ecosystem. How industry, university, government, market and other people in general, how they are coming together to foster this entrepreneurship in any area. That's what we mean by entrepreneurship ecosystem, and that has to be done in a sustainable way. That's not has to be in a short way. It has to be a sustainable long term. Yes, how to make this on ecosystem resilience in the long term sustainable entrepreneurship ecosystem.
And we need it, of course, in all our African countries to have this kind of vision. We, as you said, you are working in EBS, African Business School. So maybe the most important thing is African more than business in EBS.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because you are speaking about the context, and you said yes, the entrepreneurship ecosystem involves socio-economic factors. It involves also the use of technologies, of course. And how can you measure the benefits of the use of technologies in some startup, for example?
Okay. Actually, when we talk about technology, it means an enabler for a human being.
Yeah.
So the technology, the first technology, as we say broadly, that humans take use, that was of stone to make fire. And that's so that was the evolution of technology in the human world, human history. So technology means enabler, in a simple words. So how an technology can help the startups to leverage its production, to leverage its services, to not only to restrict it to some area, but to cater to the whole wider audience and wider area.
It's a strategic point of view.
Yeah, exactly. Because when we say entrepreneurship, it has to be scalable, and for scalability, it means you have to come beyond the one specific area. It has to leverage it. So for that, we need technology as an enabler to access to our right customers, to access to the market, emerging markets, to communicate, to do marketing. So in every sphere of activities, we need technology.
And yes, we now figure out a little bit what you are doing, and I am reading the papers you wrote on this question. You are mentioning also what it is involved in intellectual property index. What does it mean? How to protect factories with this intellectual
property rights.
Property rights, yes. How does it function?
Actually, now in these modern times, the importance of IPR, what we call intellectual property rights, it's very important and critical. It's encompass also legal aspects for an individual as well as to an enterprise. So IPR, what we call in short, it's basically in a very simple words, it's basically an invention by an innovator to safeguard his or her invention. It may be in the form of patent, it may be in the form of trademark, it may be in the form of copyrights. So actually it was initially started for the industrial design.
Yes, yeah.
So
but now it's extended to other fields.
Like for copyrights, for example, as a researcher, you wrote a book, so you have some certain copyrights and to earn royalties on your for a artist to safeguard his music or something. So he or she needs some protection, so that it cannot be copied easily to the other markets.
It means that we need laws for this intellectual protection. We need.
Yes, of course, because IPR safeguards your a person work or any enterprise from the other people to not to copy his or her works. And IPR is very important in also for in the terms in the area of entrepreneurship, because let's say if you have make a technology, you have made some product, and you don't want your competitor to copy that product, so you need to file a patent with your respective technology government departments to get a patent for your technology, or for technology product or process, even process also, so to safeguard so that the other people cannot copy your work, and it will enable you to give a competitive advantage with your competitors, so that to safeguard in a legal way framework.
I see.
That's why in pharmaceutical companies, especially in pharmaceutical companies, they are using IPR in a bigger way.
Yes. You were really involved in agriculture productivity when you were in India. You did much work in Gujarat, your first place where you worked, and how all these ideas can be applied in the agriculture field.
Okay, my PhD thesis was in the area of agri-entrepreneurship. So I had worked extensively in this agripreneurship in India. I research in the area of what's the status, what are the problems, what are the challenges, could be the tentative solutions for the agripreneurship. So based on that experience in Morocco, I think Morocco has a strength in the area of agriculture, because
Morocco,
so we have to play on our strength. So agriculture is a very critical factor for the development, especially economic and social development of the Morocco ecosystem. So if we focus more on agriculture, maybe for rural development, it will also help in the rural development if we encourage rural entrepreneurship among these farmers. So actually the farmers…
Yes, you worked a lot on the perception of farmers doing their work. What does it mean? Is it the case when you say the psychological factor intervenes, or?
Yeah, the farmer perception towards agripreneurship is that basically they are doing very traditional work.
Yeah,
they are continuously doing what their forefathers were doing. And they are not
challenged by the new technologies,
scientific method. They are not using the latest technology. They are not using the scientific method which has advanced in the agriculture area, and they don't try to get the training from the concerned government officials. So the perception of the farmers is that adoption of technology in their farming, and not only technology, even a small recommendation from the scientific body to the farmers. They think that they are better, they know much better than the scientific people sometimes. So these are
because of the
traditional,
the strength of the tradition.
Yeah, exactly. And it is not easy to shift their mindset. So it's also depend more about mindset of the farmers, and it cannot be changed overnight. But yes, through what we have done in India, that we have given them free training. We gave free training, boarding, lodging, whatever we can do from the government side, and they are picking it up now, especially the new age farmer, a new class of farmers, like the new young farmers who wants to try something new. So they are little bit interested, but at the same time the new farmers have issues of funding to take this technology into their practices.
Yeah, and all what you are doing is to make easier for anyone who wants to build something like a startup. You said when we were preparing this conversation that all about entrepreneurship is to make things easier.
Yeah.
For someone who wants to be in manufacturing sector or agriculture sector. What is it that this kind of easiness
What kind of?
to make something easy for what do you make it easy?
For any entrepreneur, as we had discussed, that clarity in vision is very important. Understanding the customer real pain, that this customer has some pain and I am going to solve his real pain, and he or she is going to give me money for that value. So first of all, understanding the potential
to lessen the obstacles.
Yes, and how I am going to create value for my potential customers, so that and how I am going to make more convenient in his or her life, maybe in terms of product offering, maybe in terms of services offering, how I can make his life easy. Because in one line, in a very simpler words, how business is all about how to make things easy for your potential customers. So how you are going to make his or her life easy, convenient by offering products, by giving him or her services certain, and he is going to pay money for that as well. Yeah. And that's is very important, that how you create value.
And for that you need to measure the use of technologies, to measure the socio-economic factors. And this measure really, how do you make it?
For technology, when we are using technology, how this technology is improving the livelihood of a person, maybe in terms of whether the technology has led to some employment generation in any startups. So this is very important, that how the startup with the usage of technology has led to the creation of job creation. This is very important, especially from the government side as well, from the society as well, because we need job creation end of the day. And how this technology is helping in creating more wealth for the people, for the enterprise, for an individual, for a group of people, for an employee, how it is, and that which consequently helps in the standard of life, because when you have more income, you have high standard of life. So how this way the social, in terms of job creation, in terms of wealth creation, in terms of sustainability, that is also very important.
All about long term.
Yes, it's all, we have to see entrepreneurship from the spectrum of sustainability. How long term, over the generations, you are creating value.
I see. You repeat very often the word how. It's all about to know how and not to know what. What is this very important distinction based on to know how and not to know what?
This is very interesting point actually. I also often discuss with my colleagues that there is a very important thing we need to understand in entrepreneurship, that there is two elements. There is one know what and there is know how. So most of the people are focused on know what. I want to know what other thing. We have a lot of knowledge, but how we are going to apply that knowledge, execute into actions. The idea is in know what stage, and the execution is falls under know how. So you have an idea. So now, so what? So how you are going to execute that idea? That's where know how is very important. That's where universities are now focusing more on know how. That's,
and
for
your
example,
students are sensitive to the point.
Yeah,
to this point?
Exactly. So we are encouraging them more on know how, because if you have an idea, then how you evaluate that idea, how you validate that idea in terms of economic feasibility, in terms of legal feasibility, in terms of social feasibility. There are a lot of feasibility things has to be done before you proceed with your enterprise with an idea to make it into execution. So know how you are going to do marketing for your idea, for your enterprise, for your startup. What are your financial aspects? What are how funding will be coming? How to manage cash flow. Very important, because most of the people don't understand. They want money, but they don't understand how to manage the cash flow, how to get the finance, the project, how to manage the money.
Can we say that the problem is a problem of giving structure and shaping the knowledge that already we have? It's not the question of, as you said, it's not a question of what we know. It's a question of what are we doing with this data? But the data are here, are already here.
Yes.
But it's not the question of data. It's the question of organizing the data. And you said executing something. Yes. And your student, about how do they project themselves in the future? How do they see their career? You are discussing with them about what kind of career they can have with the kind of field you are teaching?
The primary objective is to make people entrepreneurial. That it not only limited to start an enterprise, but when we say entrepreneurial, it also means when even if they go for a job, they will be doing some sort of entrepreneur. How they are going to be using this entrepreneurial mindset in their jobs, as well as we know there is a concept called entrepreneurship. Within an organization, you do something new project, you undertake new project, you do something new task. So how you going to become an entrepreneurial, and not only in professional life but in personal life as well. So the primary objective is to make them an entrepreneurial person throughout the life, the first thing. The second thing is that if it is possible, we promote them, we motivate them to start for their own enterprise, their own project.
But you say that two things very important, that they have to have mentors with them, first things, and second things maybe not to be feared by failure. They can fail. That's these two aspects. We will finish with these two aspects. We are in the end of
these two things very important show. Because in startups they have faced basically two major challenges. The first challenge is having a right mentor, because there could be.
What do you call a right mentor?
There could be, we have a lot of mentor by the name mentor in the market, but when I said right mentors, means a person who understands this field from both theoretical and practical aspects, who has a 360-degree view of how a person operates in the field of entrepreneurship, be it psychological aspect, be it management aspect, be it legal aspect, be it
who will share with you a vision.
Yes, who understand the market, who understand the person, who understand the customer, who understand the country economies, so that person
it could be an institution, not only a person.
Yes, in individual, but mentor, we see that you need some personal guide as well. So most precisely we talk about individual as well, but institution can be a mentor too.
Yes.
Yes, because the institution have resources, right people in place. And second thing, startup challenges are that because of lack of funding. But people do say that their money is not a problem, but it is for the later stages. When startups do well, there many people are come to the party to celebrate. But initial stage, the startup
very hard
journey is a self-loan journey where he needs money as well. There, I think the government has schemes as well and there are institutions like UM6P who promotes and fund the Mohammed VI promotes and fund the potential idea as well. And coming to the second part, that stigma of failure, this is very important.
The fear of failure.
Fear of failure, that people have a feeling that because startup, as we know, entrepreneurship is a uncertain journey. In uncertain journey, there is 80% failure rate is there all over the world in startup. So people do have a fear that if they start some project that may not execute well and they will not get success in the startup. But the most important is that as a parent, I will urge the parent and the guardian and the mentors to promote, to motivate the children to do startups, because it will, if you have a fear of failure, the more risk, more reward. There is a concept called more risk, more rewards.
Thank you so much. We are completely at the end of this program. Thank you for sharing with us all your knowledge.
Thank you so much.
Chères téléspectatrices, chers téléspectateurs, je vous remercie de votre écoute attentive. Aujourd'hui, nous avons essayé de partager avec vous ce monde de l'entrepreneurship, de la manière de conduire la création de start-up, et cela demande beaucoup de recherche, comme vous avez pu vous en rendre compte. Je vous dis à très bientôt pour une prochaine séance. Au revoir.